Thank you for tuning in and welcome back, team. In today's episode of Home Selling Tips, you'll learn about when someone wants to buy your home, but it's not for sale. What do you do? My name is Andrew Finney, your real estate geek. If you need help finding a top agent where you live, or if you simply want to drop me a line to say hello, my contact info is below. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel now and like this video. Thank you. Okay, team, so let's talk about this. This is something that you're going to see more and more of, and it's going to become more commonplace, especially as the market continues to lean into a strong seller's market. In a strong seller's market, what happens is there's not enough homes available for the amount of buyers that are in the market looking to purchase a home. Sometimes this is offset by like new home construction, but at the same time, sometimes you get buyers that might be renting in an area or have an area where they really want to move and nothing's for sale. So what do? They started approaching their buyer agent, or perhaps they actually start approaching a seller right out of the gate and writing them a letter or knocking on their door and asking them if they would sell the home. So you as a seller and as a homeowner need to be prepared for this and know what to do if this happens to you. So sometimes, if you get that letter in the mailbox that says, hey, or it's handwritten and it's someone that you don't know, who is it? And what do? Right? So why would you get an unexpected offer? Well, again, since the inventory is at all-time lows right now, and is going to be consistent, so that if you're watching this video 10 to 15, 20 years into the future from today, then it's still going to be the same as going to be true in a seller's market, buyer's market, or normalized market. Everything that I share in these videos are always going to be the same, and they're going to stand the test of time. But it's important to know that when this happens, that the number one thing that you should do is actually vet the buyer. And the way that you want to vet the buyers, you want to talk to them. You want to see what's going on. But if you have no desire to sell, then just don't do anything. But if you do have a desire to sell or have been thinking about selling your house, then vet out the buyer, and you might want to hear what they have to say, what they're willing to offer you, and see if it's what you're willing to accept. You're also going to want to know what your comparative market analysis is going to be. In other words, what is fair market value on your home to make sure you're not shortchanging yourself when this happens. So ask how long that the buyer's been looking. Ask them if they've made any other offers on any other properties, and ask them what are their desired areas and why. One of the other core components that you want to know when you're vetting the buyer is, how are you going to buy my house? If I accepted your offer, how are you going to buy it? Are you going to be using your own real estate agent, or are you using a real estate attorney? Do you have a title company in mind? More importantly, do you have the money, either in terms of cash or financing procured? If so, please send me a copy of that. Either if it's cash, then you're simply going to ask them for a bank statement showing that they have sufficient money to purchase your home. If it's a financial loan pre-approval letter, then you should have an access point at the lending company that they got approved by to make sure that you can contact that loan officer directly and verify it. If it's from like a no-name lending company, or even one of the big lending companies, you really need to verify that they verified 4 things whenever they did a loan pre-approval: the income, the assets, the credit, and also the employment verification, to make sure that they actually have the financial wherewithal to purchase your home. You do want to get a real estate agent involved, either for you, the seller, or the buyer, so that you have somebody that's going to be assisting you. Ideally, if you're going to be selling that home, you want your best interest represented. It'd be a great idea to go ahead and reach out to a trusted real estate advisor. If you need help finding a top agent where you live, if this is your situation, simply drop me a line. My contact info is below. Happy to help you out. So what's the real estate agent going to do for you? They're going to take care of the vetting. They're going to take care of the marketing and make sure that if that buyer doesn't pan out, then you have another buyer that can come in and purchase your home if you're serious about selling your house. The other thing they're going to do is they're going to take care of all the legalities and the paperwork associated with selling a home. But by having a trusted real estate advisor completing all of the due diligence is going to save you a mammoth amount of time. The last thing that you want to see is somebody submitting an offer on your property and it just doesn't pan out, and maybe you've already started packing out your own house because you were intending to sell it to this prospective buyer, and at the same time maybe you already had something else lined up for yourself to move into. But if everything falls through, then what do? That's not so cool. So sometimes what happens is buyers will do this where they think they're going to get a better deal because you're going to say, and it's going to be a common refrain, oh, you don't have to pay a real estate agent's commission so you can drop your price. You, the seller, are thinking, regardless of a real estate agent's commission, I want fair market value for my house. And they're going to try to haggle and negotiate with you to get your price down, more than likely even in a seller's market, because they're going to look at you and say, well, you're not paying anything. So even if the listing agent isn't going to be representing the buyer as like a dual agency situation, get your own best interest represented and make sure everything is on the up and up to protect yourself and your family, please. And be aware that a lot of off-market deals just don't pan out. So why is that? A lot of people get enticed. They get this little mailbox offer, or they get this knock on the door saying that we want to buy your home even though it's not for sale, and this is what we're willing to offer you. And even if they say yes, that's great. A lot of times homeowners don't know what kind of due diligence to do, how to verify a possible cash account, or how to verify a loan pre-approval letter. And then it really stinks because then, it just blows up. And I would like to see this not happen to you or get hurt. So this is like a really quick and short video about some of the different things you should think about if someone wants to buy your home and it's not for sale. So what do? Right? Vet the buyer, get a real estate agent involved, and be aware that off-market deals don't always pan out. Let's help protect your best interest. If you have a situation like this that you've experienced, please tell us about it in the comment section below and what you did if it did pan out. And if it did pan out, what did you do and what steps did you take to ensure that it did? If it didn't pan out, what was your experience and what was your conclusion at the end of the day about somebody approaching you to purchase your home? It's really, really important to note. It's really curious, especially with some of the tech companies coming out and stuff. You're hearing of OfferPad and Open Door. If you're not in Las Vegas or California or Florida, which are Arizona, which are like 4 markets that they're trying to come in with this technology where they're trying to bypass agents altogether, and they're offering sellers and enticing them, saying, oh, you can just sell it to us and move out when you're ready. And sellers aren't reading that fine print, and then that fine print are some details, and it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to do it. So definitely read those fine prints if that's your case. I'm going to make some videos later on about some of these tech companies just to help protect you. Anyways, that being said, tell us what you got from this video in the comment section below. What point really stuck out to you? Was it the importance of vetting the buyer, specifically the financing, and knowing why they want to buy your house? Was it the second point of actually getting a real estate agent involved to protect your best interest? Or was it the third point that a lot of these things just don't pan out at the end of the day? Tell us what you're thinking in the comment section below. If you haven't already done so, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Number 1, please subscribe to this channel. And number 2, please like this video. And number 3, please share this video around with someone you know is going to be able to help. I'm going to pop up my contact information right now. If you want to drop me a line and say hi, if you have a question about this or you want to share some advice, please let me know. Love to hear from you. In between now and next time, I'm wishing you and yours a lifetime full of love, wealth, abundance, and happiness. Enjoy an amazing day.